Greetings, beautiful beings. This is Katerina Satori. Here I am with just a few thoughts of inspiration to share with you. If you log in live, there will be a delight to see you live. And if you log in as a replay, then fantastic. Thank you for watching. Hello, Victoria, Andrea. Welcome, ladies. Welcome. Let's talk about how to unlock your spiritual power. And why would we need to do that, right? You guys, I feel there is layers and layers of spiritual power that's available to us at any moment. And for some of you who've never met me before, like, who is Katerina? My work in the world is really to be a spiritual guide. I work with people in different areas of life, business, spiritual acceleration and growth. But you guys, more and more, I've been called to really zoom in on the spiritual guidance, especially now, because so much going on in the world, as you can see, right? We can hear the planet speaking to us, right? We can feel the turbulence in the cosmos, in the world. Thank you so much for these beautiful hearts. Hi, Crystal. How's Mount Shasta? How is the energy there? Yeah, let me know. Hello, you guys. So we all feel the turbulence. Right? And you guys, I feel that there is so much spiritual power that is available to us. Only if we know how to access it, know how to receive it, how to create a space for it to receive, right? Because if you want a new source of strength or power, right? A new energy to come into your life, you got to create a container. You got to create room in your life for the spiritual power to come to you or awaken in you, right? I speak a lot metaphorically because I believe our metaphors help to land this wisdom, right? You guys, I'll share with you a few insights how to unlock it. What would the soul setting needs to be for you to receive that spiritual power. Hi, Blaine. Hi, Mike. Welcome, you guys. Welcome. Been really feeling into this topic because speak with people daily, right? From all walks of life. And the common thread that I am hearing right now, that most people have this inner pressure, to rise up and to open their spiritual eyes and to remember who they truly are, to remember the strength that they have internally to withstand any turbulence of life. So I see challenges, you guys, in life. They're turbulence, right? So when was the last time you were on the airplane with the most horrible turbulence? Every time I think I overcame the fear of death, just put me in a turbulent plane and that primal fear of death just grips you. You know what I mean? So, you guys, I don't like turbulence. When I'm on the plane and there's turbulence, oh my God, all my panic just rises in the body, right? And no matter if somebody next to me is a total stranger, I will grab their hand. I'll be like, hold my hand. Kid you not. Yeah, there was one plane that I took in the mountains skiing, and it was such a horrible storm that I literally thought it was the last flight. It shook me to the core, and I leaned in on my spiritual power. This is exactly the reason I'm sharing with you this video, you guys. It's in the moment of turbulence where everything is shaken up in your life, right? Maybe some kind of external event, maybe internal rebirth is happening, and in your life it's turbulence. So what do you do? How do you find that eye in a storm? The willpower can only last that much, right? The mindset can only last as much. Positive thinking will only lead you to a particular point in your evolution, right? But when we bring all of these tools holistically, all of them together, wow, you begin to navigate the turbulent waters with a lot of grace, right? A lot of grace and presence. And, another kind of a sign that you know you really deeply navigate turbulent waters, if you can remain open on the heart level, right? If you can remain open on the heart level, turbulence happening all around you, and you say, how can I witness this turbulence, and how can I watch if my heart still remains open to the experience? Hi Crystal, hi Nora, welcome you guys. Yeah, so how to unlock your spiritual power when you need it the most, and the turbulent times remind us that the spiritual power is something that we need, we desperately desire, we long for. We long for that union, right, you guys? We long for the union with the Spirit. So, welcome, you guys. Hi, Dan. Yeah, you guys. And, you know, being on the visionary path, there is plenty of times of turbulence. Because if you want to raise on the altitude in life, you gotta accept the turbulence. It comes with the altitude, you guys. You gotta embrace the turbulence because it comes with the altitude. So you wanna rise above the clouds of your life. You wanna rise and you wanna see that horizon of who you truly are. Can you accept the turbulence? Right? Can you overcome, not even overcome, can you remain still? Like remember yourself on a turbulent plane, right? You can be panicky this entire time and give yourself almost like a heart attack in the moment, right? Or you can just chant or lean on your power, grab somebody's hand next to you, in my case, and you just wait it out, right? You wait the turbulence out, and then boom, you transcend to a next altitude. This is the spiritual alchemy, you guys. So how do we unlock our spiritual power? 3 internal shifts that help with that. The first one, we approach spiritual power with reverence. With reverence. You know? And you guys, those of you who log in, I already see that in you. Otherwise, you would not be drawn to this message. You already have that awareness, right, you guys? But I would say the higher the turbulence, the deeper is our reverence to this next level of experience that brings us into our so close to our own mortality, to our own humanity, right? To our own inner constrictions, and to witness them lovingly with reverence as a part of this sacred gift that has the capacity to unlock this new version of us. And when we are in a state of content, right? In a state of kind of like quiet desperation when nothing is moving, turbulence is a gift to shake you up into this next level of expansion. So reverence towards spiritual power that really looks over your life day in and day out. The second one is humility. You know, you guys, humility. It's similar to reverence, right? But I would say humility is this, you know, where you give up any obstacles or challenge or any unanswered question in your life. You give it up to divine right order. You give it up to divine right order with humility in your heart. You can even start saying, you guys, this is one of my spiritual tools that I use a lot. You know, I say, I give this up to the divine right order, right? And I invoke that spiritual forces. I invoke the wisdom of my ancestors. And I say, whatever I can't figure out, whatever that I feel like I'm banging my head against the wall, I'm going to give it up to divine right order. And I'm going to be fearlessly present to whatever life brings me right now, this moment, and be fully devoted to this moment, right? The full devotion to this moment cannot be without humility, right? Chelsea, my sister, caught me live. Hi soul sister. Hi James, welcome you guys. So I'm sharing how do we unlock our spiritual power, because it's something beyond the willpower, beyond the mindset, beyond the strategies and techniques and tools. Yeah, sister, you did catch me live. Yeah, you guys, because eventually it's going to take you to one level, right? And to transcend all of that, every level that you reach, you will be required to upgrade all of your tools, I guarantee you. All of your tools. They will be required to upgrade. They will be required for you to kind of like I compare it with, you know, the pair of clothes, some clothes that you outgrown. They don't fit you anymore. Ada, my galactic sister, they don't fit you anymore, right, you guys? So really just with humility, taking down these outfits that don't serve you anymore, putting them aside and say, yeah, I am ready. There is a reverence in my heart to let the spiritual power in. And the third one, so the first was reverence, second was humility, and the third one is courage. It requires courage to tap into your spiritual power, because it requires courage to look within at the places in your life that don't work, that expired, at the relationships that you might have built from the place of deep unconscious state. Oh, I know it's difficult to look at this, my loves, but some relationships that we've built at the deep unconscious place where we were not present, right? They will not be able to go through the process of this vibrational shift that we are going through. They have to be reconstructed. New agreements have to be put in place, or they have to go through dissolution. You know, it takes courage. But what's the alternative? What's the alternative? Living in the life of deep, deep despair and the hunger, you know, where you feel like like a caged bird and your wings are tied behind the back. And you know there is a deeper calling, right? There's a deeper calling in you, which haunts you in your dreams, which whispers you in the voices that you hear in your head, that says there is something bigger for you. You have a voice, you have a mission, you have a purpose, you're a divine being, and it's time for you to rise and leave the shackles of slavery behind. For some of you hearing me say like, oh, Katerina is all dramatic right now. Guys, some people who are going right now through this and they feel so alone in this. And I'm here to be one of the messengers to remind you there is spiritual power available to you, but you can't get to it through the place of pride or entitlement or demand. You will receive that place of grace through deep humility, you know, where you find yourself maybe in the place by your altar. Hi, Andy. Hi, Darren. Maybe by the place of your altar. Maybe you build like a corner in your house and put a sacred object that remind you of a connection with your own divinity. And you start there and you start spending 5 minutes a day. I'm going to give you a very powerful tool. If you commit to that tool, that it will remind you that you are never, ever, ever a victim of your circumstances. You're never a victim of other people's choices. You're always in power, right? You're always in power. So this is the tool, you guys. If you spend 5 minutes a day, hi, Jessica. Hello, dear. Thank you, my soul sister. She says, I love your passion. We're so blessed to have you as a teacher. It's my Dharma, sister. I can't run away from it even if I wanted to, you guys. And I will share with you the tool. I'll share with you a little bit of a personal story. I searched for my Dharma all my life, and then my Dharma was searching for me. And there was a point in the destiny where I let go of my resistance and let go of my fear of my own calling. You know, there were nights and there were days and there were years where I tried to silence the call of my soul. You know, and I tried to build the external world that showed everybody I am fine and I don't need anybody. I am self-sufficient here by myself. And deep inside, my soul was dying. You guys, I tried to live without spirit. I gave it my damn best. And I was so deeply miserable. I could keep the facade. I could be the best actress if I wanted to, you know, like this KGB actress. But deep inside, the soul is dying. It was dying. You know, and there were moments, you guys, there comes a moment of choice, a moment of destiny, where you just go through such a place of surrender, you know, such place of turbulence, that you just say, I cannot resist this awakening. I cannot resist this call anymore. And that from that place of deep, deep reverence of humility and surrender, the spirit walks in. Your true high self makes a connection with your body, right? With your egoic mind that play the role. And then you begin remembering of your true power. You begin to remember your true voice. You begin to remember your true mission. It's all gonna come together. It's all gonna come back to you, you know? For some people, it becomes like a mystical experience. You know, the entire download of your new path happens in one day, 5 days, a week. For some people, it's gonna unravel slowly, not to shock your nervous system, right? So each person will have a different experience. But here's the time for me to share with you a 5-minute exercise that you can do. You can start there. You find the tree. I always encourage you to find the tree. Everybody has access to a tree. Why the tree, you guys? Because the tree is the most ancient computer ever made. The tree holds knowledge. The tree is connected to all other trees next to it. It's a keeper of wisdom, keeper of knowledge. And the only way we don't hear what the tree has to say to us is because our senses are so numb. They're so dulled. They're so overstimulated, we cannot pick up the wisdom of the nature that speaks so softly, like divine feminine can whisper you the truth, right? But if you become patient and committed to the practice of finding the tree, sitting your booty next to the tree on the ground, take the shoes off so your bare feet can tap into the electromagnetics of the ground. Start feeling your feet. Start feeling your body again. Start rebuilding the lost connection from the body to your soul. And a lot of you are very intellectual people that are listening to me because you attract what you are. I attract very intellectual, really smart people. And you've built your mind as a very solid defense to protect your heart, because a lot of times you had to survive the unspeakable. You had to go through experiences that forced you to use your mind as a shield. Is it not the truth? Every one of you could tell me a story that will just break my heart, of what you had to survive, what you had to overcome, and I want to honor that for you. And I call you right now to reconnect with your body through your bare feet, tuning into the earth. Put your back and lean your back on the tree and start listening what the wind can whisper to you. You can close your eyes, so you can keep your eyes open, but for 5 minutes, imagine yourself as an infinite creator. Imagine yourself that you are an infinite creator for 5 minutes a day. And if you keep your eyes open, imagine blessing what you see, blessing your creations. Imagine, instead of spelling a judgment on your creations, instead of putting energetic spell, every time we judge or condemn our current reality, we put a spell on what we see. We put a curse on our life. And then we ask, why is our life so heavy? Why there are so many burdens on our shoulder? Why sometimes we wake up and we don't feel meaning, we don't feel connected to this planet? How many energetic curses have you placed on your life? And how much forgiveness is about to be released if you start reversing that process, if you start blessing your creations, right? You look at your world and you say, I bless what I've created. Some of my creations are beautiful and some of my creations are awkward. But they're all loving expressions of me as a creator. Imagine how you can start turning that ship. Some of you guys shared with me that some of your lives are like sinking ships right now. And I'm going to say celebrate your sinking ship, because at least now you're aware of it. You're aware of it. You cannot unsee it. And start turning that ship around. By becoming aware that you can dedicate 5 minutes a day remembering yourself as an infinite creator, blessing your life. Stop condemning it. Stop judging it. Stop crucifying yourself. And my darlings, for those of you who joined right now, welcome. I am sharing how to unlock your spiritual power. You know, the spiritual power that will help you on any turbulence in life. Any turbulence in life, if you're going through a breakup, if you're going through a loss of passion, a loss of vision, maybe a death, maybe you're going through a loss of self. And the reason why I experience those really dramatic and contrasting experiences, my darlings, is because from the place of emptiness, that's where we can hear deeper. We can find our humility where we have nothing to lose anymore, right? But so many years we spend running around chasing the image, chasing the power, chasing the approval. Look at your years. Look at the younger years of your life. Isn't it so? When I look at the younger years of my life, I tried so hard to prove my worth. I tried so hard to convince others that I am lovable. It breaks my heart when I look at those experiences, you guys. Right? But it all brought me to here, It helped me to build a very compassionate heart. And I want to remind you to honor whatever turbulence that life brings you. Honor it with reverence, with humility, and with courage. Find 5 minutes a day where you can connect to your heart and remember your power. You can call in your guides, your ascended masters, your teachers. They're always next to you. The bridge to reestablish the broken link between your body and your higher self. You guys want to know the bridge? The bridge is always forgiveness. Forgiveness of self. You guys, because if you can't forgive yourself, you can start extending forgiveness to others. You can start forgiving your life. You can start forgiving your circumstances. You can start forgiving yourself for perceiving anything but absolute perfection of your life. And by what I mean when I say perfection of your life, my darlings, it's not that it's how you want it to be. That it's called entitlement. Perfection inherently requires deep sense of trust in what you don't know, and invisible forces working behind the scene, restructuring your life. Sometimes when you go through a whole demolition of your life, right? You say, where is the perfection, Katerina? Where is the freaking perfection? And I just encourage you to see beyond what you can perceive and develop this deep trust that if you've made it this far, something bigger than you carried you till this moment. Something bigger than you carried you till this moment. Can you lean on that truth? And can you reconnect to that bigger part of you from the place of reverence, humility, and deep courage? Maybe it will start with a simple prayer for you saying, Spirit, I'm willing to look within. Spirit, I'm willing to hear the truth. I'm willing to trust. I'm giving up this mess that I created to the divine right order. I'm surrendering, this longing for a deeper mission of my life. I'm surrendering this hunger to know you, Spirit. Ultimately, darlings, all of us, no matter when we're going to get there, through midlife crisis, through some kind of loss, through reconstruction of our life, no matter how we're going to get there, we all long to this union with divine. No matter how you call it, God, spirit, angel, fairy, hobbit, no matter how you call that divine power, higher self, superconscious mind, we all longing to heal the split between the divine and this body that we became so associated that we start seeing ourselves as the body only. We forgot the link with the soul. And right now the veil gets thinner and thinner and thinner, and we cannot run away from ourselves. Darlings, because no matter where we run, we take ourselves with us. So might as well find this courage to look within and to say, what is it I am not willing to see? Right? And from that place of reverence, the truth will come. I had the conversation with one person just a few days ago, and I was asking that person, and I said, well, listen to your heart. And I could see that the person had a really difficult time with, well, how do I listen to my heart? And you guys, it gave me perspective because, I often speak on a very, very advanced topics like DNA activation and soul memory and soul agreement, and the mission and all these archetypes. I had this epiphany. I'm like, well, maybe if I just bring this message to remind you how to listen to the voice of the heart instead of the chatter of the fear. Because you guys, a lot of times people say, listen to your gut. But if you haven't learned to distinguish between the fear response, like an instinct that fires up, a survival instinct, and the wisdom of the soul, it could be a very confusing experience, right? One day you're like, it's my heart speaking. Next day, oh my God, it's my fear talking. Where's the truth? This is why, you guys, the beginning of anything is for us to reestablish the lost connection to the body, right? Get to feel your body first. In a simple way, you guys, when you listen to your heart, you ask your heart, first you just get in a quiet place, you connect to your heart, literally start feeling the beating heart, right? Connect to that. Your heart will often give you very simple answers, such as yes or no. They're very short, such as go forward, wait. They're very, very short. They're very clear. Sometimes the longest part can be to still your mind enough so you can hear the voice of the heart. But with practice, you're going to get there almost instantaneous. The voice of the mind, especially the voice of the confused mind, is very loud and chattery, spinning a story after story, calculating every move, right? Building the defense, building the shield. The voice of the mind, confused mind, will always bring you the pictures of the past, saying, remember, we tried to do the spiritual thing in the past, and look, it was a disaster. It made us even more vulnerable, right? So the voice of the confused mind will always start pulling pictures from the past, try to compare what you experienced from the past. The voice of the confused mind will always get you outside of the present moment. The voice of the heart will always bring you here and now. What is your truth right now? What is your wisdom right now? And you can trust that. Listen to your heart. If this sounds like an alien language for some of you, I say, go into the nature, take your shoes off, and start connecting to the earth through your bare feet. Let the earth do the healing for you. Start there. These tools available to everybody. Nobody can say, I cannot afford to hire help or to invest in a coach, to invest in a guide. All these tools are freely available to every single one of you, my darlings. Find the tree, connect to your heart, and start asking, what is my dharma? Why I am here? What is the deeper calling that beats my heart that I can't run away from? What will be required of me to step on this new path? What I desire to leave you with is see your life as sacred. Even at your darkest moment where you feel so alone and so forgotten by the gods, maybe you're entering the dark night of the soul, as I call it, the dark night of the ego and the healing of the soul. See that experience as sacred. Because if you did not have a really powerful, sacred soul contract to fulfill, you would not be here on this planet. So right now, your soul going through the deepest layers of healing, purification, where your ego is going through death. Celebrate the death and know the rebirth is on the other side. See your life as sacred. Remember that you are more powerful than you know. 5 minutes. Sit and remember yourself as an infinite creator. This is the most powerful exercise that I can give you, right? You can take it intellectually as a feel-good information. And now we just wasted a moment of destiny. Or you can take it with all your heart and get off this live stream and find the tree and take your shoes off and imagine yourself as an infinite creator with no limitations and start blessing your life, every chapter, every story, every challenge. Start blessing your life and see what comes out. See what comes out.